Hello and welcome to the 30th episode of This Week in Mappercraft's History. Last week was July 26th to August 1st, and we'll be covering the years of 2015, 2017, 2022, and 2025. As always, all information here can be found on the Mappercraft wiki, which is linked in the description, along with the server itself. Let's get into the years. First up, in 2015, the server was running Earthworld Revived, hosted by Monsoon Jr. 2017, the server was running Earthworld 6, hosted by Xenodyne. In 2022, the server was running Earthworld Redux, hosted by Top. And finally, in 2025, last year, the server was running Brave New World Revisited, hosted by me, MintyMichael. Let's get into it. First up, we have a handful of events from Earthworld Revived, the second iteration of this world. On the 26th, a coup in the Holy Bulgar Empire was attempted by the player Phoenix against the Emperor TL. However, according to the quote, TL unexpectedly sided with the coup and reformed the nation into the Socialist Union of Bulgaria, with himself as premier and Thunder as vice premier. Kind of undercutting the coup thing. However, the nation was not long-lasting, as only 2 days later, on the 28th of July, the Holy Bulgar Empire was reformed after the Bulgarian population voted to restore the old government, which was still led by the same guy. According to the quote, the Bulgarians formed several colonies, including the territories of Istra and the city of Vask in Western Europe. Thus, the HBE surpassed the Equestrian Order as the strongest power on the server at the time. On the 31st, the Livonis crisis occurred when these two major powers of Equestria and Bulgaria clashed militarily over the immigration of several different players between the two nations. According to the quote, both of the nation's cities took minor damage with no clear winner on either side. Probably not directly related, but on August 1st, Livonis suffered some major terrorist attacks, Livonis being the capital of the Equestrian Order. According to the quote, the damages included all chests being destroyed and many buildings set on fire. But that marks the end for this week in 2015. Next up, we have just two events from July 26th to August 1st, 2017 during Earthworld Mark 6, both on July 30th. First, the hostile era began as the forced closure of the server over a week ago caused a sort of natural break in the history. And going along with this, also on the 30th, the server came back online after being temporarily disabled by a computer virus a little over a week ago. Here's the limited quote for that, but we should see some more activity from this world next week as a result. But that marks the end for this week in 2017. And next up, we have a handful of events from July 26th to August 1st, 2022, during Earthworld Redux, mostly on the 27th. First, we have the Disneyan-Libyan War, which began after Libya stole a Nether Star from Disney, and Disney eventually declared war to rectify sort of the insult. According to the quote, Disney suffered some major damage to their capital, Fantasyland, but Libya was completely destroyed. Disney annexed the nation entirely as a result of winning this war. Also, on the same day, the Cypriot-Ukrainian War occurred due to personal conflicts between a prominent member of Ukraine, Supahunk, and the leader of Cyprus, Agnias 06, as well as foreign policy concerns regarding Supahunk's support of Libya in the war that happened on the same day. According to the quote, the war ended in a white peace when the leader of Ukraine, Shipman's AGLA, kicked Supahunk from the nation, thus ending the conflict. Also on the 27th, the city-state of Minoa underwent a sharp regime change after it appeared the nation would collapse due to raiders. However, the cult of the Black Sun stepped in, occupying the capital of Knossos, repelling the raiders. According to the quote, the dictator of Baragandi, Sigorsky, disbanded his former nation and moved to Minoa, taking the position of satrap regent. He gained the support of the local population after successfully purchasing former Libyan land from the nation of Disney. Next, on the 1st, the Juanes-Carmen War began when Juan declared war on the Caritian monarchy. The quote states that Juan was actually the nation formerly known as Bogsu, if you've been keeping up with the events from Earthworld Redux. And the war will definitely continue into next week, so we'll cover it in its entirety next episode. And finally, we have 4 events from July 26th to August 1st, 2025, last year during Brave New World Revisited. First, on the 27th, the Second Treaty of Suriname was signed between several states in the Tovengari region. The main signatories were Suriname, Sarankra, and Chavanga, and according to the quote, the main effect was to disband Sarenmark as a nation, being the one settlement nation of Sarankra. But this had the practical effect of removing their ability to wage aggressive war on other nations in the region. Following this, on the 31st, the Sarankran presidential election began. Here's the limited quote. It used a ranked choice voting system with several different candidates. Additionally, any landowner in the city could vote, meaning the electorate was mostly made up of foreign interests. It lasted for 1 day before, on August 1st, Celereti was declared the winner, a minor upset based on the limited pre-election polling available. Here's the quote. It was definitely a close victory, but the usage of a unique elimination system, which eliminated the candidates that had the most last place votes to determine a winner through ranked choice voting, that ensured Celereti's victory. Also on the first Pirate Iskal War began when the pirates invaded that nation. According to the quote, this was after failing to declare war on the settlement of Sarankra, which only had one official citizen who was not online at the time. So to compensate, the pirates invaded somebody else instead. But that marks the end for 2025 this week. And this marks the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and check out the server at the link in the description. As always, if you have any additional information about any of these events, leave a comment down below, or go ahead and add it to the Mappercraft wiki yourself. See you next week for August 2nd to the 8th.